So this is gonna be a super quick, unnecessarily quick, super quick video about what an actual Deep Docs movie, self-independently made, so indie otherwise, what a Deep Docs movie would actually be like. And there are several interpretations, both ones I already established on the channel, and the main channel, at least Tony Cashman. That's all. Oswald, how you guys are. There have been some interpretations of what a Deep Doc movie would be like, and already the ones that have already been on the channel, the ones I've tried to talk about before. Some of the ideas before were things like, oh, it's gonna be spun templater. It's gonna be where I have claymation scenes. Yes, claymation scenes from the Good Evil Chronicles and Algebre's franchises, and I mentioned this in a couple of videos already, like the unofficial trailer, the cinematic pieces thing, or that was the same thing. Okay, the claymation scenes, some good scenes from Good Evil Chronicles for claymation without even actually representing that directly, but still being from the actual show, and also for a little bit more of that or more of that compared to Good Evil for Algebre's, and have claymation scenes from both of them in the Deep Doc series irrelevantly, but still contributing to the theme of the movie. And that's like a, and then the main plot would still have scenes in live action me acting out topology, map making, and philosophy, I think it was, and then and other life story elements from my vlogging stories I could have made before. That was one of the original ideas for the movie. That was as erratic as can make it, while still making it have a consistent theme. Up until this point, I started coming up with another idea, which was to have, I'll end this in 3 minutes if I can. It was to have another idea, which I had recently, again. This idea was to connect it to Project Tether, which would be another continuation of Good Evil and Algebre's a little unironically. Have a Project Tether themed movie of Deep Docs where it's like, we have the incubator ghost picked out of a few cameras. So like we have like, there was a long time ago, there was a long time ago there was a one claymation series that was made for nerds or something, and like there was like a intro sequence where it was like you pick these different characters, or you pick the camera, a spectator, and just not interact with the show as if the audience is really there. And that was a creepy claymation movie. That was a really creepy claymation movie, even for me. I was intrigued from the scenes I remember seeing. I didn't watch the whole thing though, but it was a parody of that. It was like pick between these different camera devices, and then this last character I'll mention, which you will pick, is the actual character in the show, but it's still kind of ghost-like, which is Ithiak, the Korean ghost. And it's like a camera, but it is still technically a character. There's a way to explain that, even the way I explained it being first-person view and second-person view and third-person view at the same time, as if it's a brand new fourth-person view. And not even second-person view gets used often, honestly. Not even first-person, actually. But to have that for a character spectating the show, basically, or the movie, for this case, the Deep Doc movie, and then you pick that character and you go through it. And then what would happen is that in this Deep Documentary movie, if we do have the spectator character, ghost character, Ithiak, go through this Deep Documentary movie, and he actually goes through it, pushing the plot a little bit, I guess. The idea for this new idea was to have him play out the scenes from the original episodes of the show. And then, so from Deep Documentary episode 1 to 4, for example, if that was the movie, then we'd have him playing out the scenes that remind people, or at least myself, of what was happening in the first episode for the intro. So he'd probably be swimming like in the ocean, trying to get to the surface, going to an island. That'd be the elements and the sequences of episode 1 from Deep Docs, the show, the episodes. And then you go through 2, 3, and 4. Same way, like the 2, maybe it's like a intro sequence for like the title card, and then 3 would be some kind of traveler or skeleton telling the ghost his story from some spooky, spiritual, phenomenally ethereal reason for episode 3 in the movie, for that to be integrated into the movie. And then 4 showing like, etc. Like 4 would be like, oh, some scene happens where it's going insane, and it's going more abstract and intricate, and it's doing all these scenes from the live action acted episode 4 that I did in front of this computer, and that would be episode 4 for the movie. And then we go forward for that. If we have more than like 5 episodes or more, then that would be integrated for the movie, if those were even prepared at least. So that was the other idea. And then basically at this point, I could approach the movie like that and I wouldn't complain, but it's just, those were 2 of the core ideas. Basically, it was either doing something technically random for Algebre's and Good Evil, or doing that for Project Tether to make it more consistent. And then the deep doc movie itself, even if there's a third or more ideas for this, it still has to kind of reflect some kind of abstract theme. Even as I'm talking right now for this explainer video, it's still kind of abstract about what I'm just talking right now to begin with. But the deep doc movie should resemble some kind of abstract thematics. It's like it's gotta have something that makes it sound confusing and deep and not what people expect to see on a screen on YouTube, even if they've seen it off on this platform. But the last thing I'll say is that this movie doesn't change what I do with the show in general. I don't think it would. If I make this movie first after episode 4, which is the sequence of it right now, if I make this movie and then make more episodes, or if I make this movie and then end the show, or I make this movie and it continues the show in itself, which is going to be kind of weird based on the second idea, but And those are a couple ideas plus of good deep documentary movie ideas.